somebody takes somebody's ashes and they were meant to come back to the family, but they never got them.
Yeah.
Someone that went over, bang, like that in the army, I've got to say.
I'm not going to close my mind, but I'm approaching it with a high degree of doubt.
Let's go now. Let's go. Can you do something or make something happen?
Oh my God, did someone just shut that?
I don't know how I'm going to communicate somebody from the afterlife for him if he doesn't believe it. There's a sense of abandonment with him.
There was abandonment by his mother.
It's very dark, and I can see police around me.
How he fell off the roof, we don't know. But he fell off the roof.
The back of my head has been badly hurt. I've been hit from behind.
Everything about the reading was just spot on.
I couldn't believe the connection I got tonight.
We're definitely talking to our loved ones.
There's something there.
It was a man. I didn't get a nice feel with that.
We saw a shadow run across the room and the door slammed behind us.
Something's here. Right, now as I've been sat there, I've been feeling a gentleman come close to me. And I feel I'm over this way somewhere. He gave me the name Frank. He has a great sense of humour, this man. And he loved the animals and the dogs particularly. And this is the first connection he gives to me. So am I with somebody around this area somewhere? You would understand this, the lady in the red? He tells me he went with his chest because I'm getting very difficult breathing conditions. I mean, most people have breathing conditions towards the end, but I'm getting something that actually affected the chest itself. That would make sense to you.
Yes, true.
Yeah. He, and I'm right about the animals too, aren't I? Because he loved the dogs particularly, I'm wanting to put around him.
Yeah, he used to breed dogs.
He bred the dogs, so that's why it's significant. He says, when I went to Spirit, there was so many tears, because in many ways he was one of the kingpins of the family. It was always made everybody else laugh and be optimistic. He said, they're a miserable bunch, my family, he says to me. And I'm the one that kept them all up and humorous. You're okay with him saying that? That's what he would say. Is there a Charlie over there?
Yeah.
And Charlie would also be mates with George?
Yes.
Right? Because the two of them seem to want to come together, Charlie and George as being two very close friends with each other.
They're brothers, actually.
Ah, right, okay. But they're close, that's, yeah. One of them hated dogs.
Yeah.
Right, well, he might have been a bit allergic to them or something, because I'm getting something about, he disliked to get the dogs out, and with a family with so many dogs, I mean, he's breeding dogs, poor guy had a bit of a hard time. There was this, you might not understand this link initially, but there was a Percy too.
Yeah, I do know.
You do remember Percy, because Percy, another bit of a character, this fella, and he had a gap or something in his teeth, because when he used to speak, you'd get a whistle with him as he spoke, and they all used to pull his leg about this.
True.
Is there an Annie on Spirit, on Earth side that he's talking about here? Anne or Annie?
I'm Anne.
You're Anne, okay, he's saying love to Anne. Sorry?
There is an Annie on the other side as well.
Anne on the other side, the big lady Anne on the other side, yeah, because she's put a lot of weight, and she's lost her weight since they've got better slimming plans over there, he says. All those that I've mentioned, you would have thought they would have had a very difficult life, is beginning to get a lot easier.
Yes.
So he says, hope is the message from him, and he hopes that can help to lift your spirits a little bit too.
True.
Okay,
Thank you.
I'm going to move on to the next link.
Thank you. Frank was my dad's brother, and he was a character. And the other one was Charlie as well, and George. They were comics in their own right, because they used to make a joke about that when they come out to their club on a Saturday evening, they'd say about the cemetery, and they'd say it can't be a bad place to go because nobody ever comes back from there. I mean, and they used to say whoever goes first got to come back and let us know, and things like that. So it was really good.
Okay. Where's Tommy? Tommy Link. Right. Recently, this voice is very faint that I'm getting clairaudently. Does that mean anything to you?
Oh yes, yeah.
Very faint. Hasn't been over very long.
That's right, November.
All right, that's not long. Now I feel as as Tommy's struggling a bit, I feel very emotional, very sensitive. Would you understand that?
Yes, I would.
Right, because I'm getting out of breath as he's coming here, because I felt there was unfinished business here. Would you understand that? No, he's getting very emotional. I don't know if he took his life or something. He went very, very quick.
Yes,
He went too quick.
Yeah. We wasn't expecting it so soon.
All right, because I'm getting lumps in my throat here, and it's
Yes.
as if he's saying, you know, I didn't want to go.
No, that's
I didn't
right,
want to
you
go.
didn't.
I didn't want to go. And I never had a chance to say goodbye
Absolutely.
to the right people.
That's
Would you
right, he
understand?
didn't.
Right. I didn't mind getting a blue scarf shown me. I don't know what that means.
A
Do you-
blue scarf.
Yes.
Yes, we all wore blue to his funeral.
Oh, well, that's good enough, my darling. I get sort of a man I feel could have been a little bit shy while he was here.
Very much so.
And he didn't express himself, but my God, he can
Absolutely.
express himself now.
Oh, that's good.
And he said, shall I tell her secrets?
Yes, please do.
Shall I?
Yes.
Okay, we'll just see. Where can we place a new baby?
Yes. Yeah.
There's one secret.
He would have a grandchild on the way.
Yeah, the new baby, and he's going like that, looking forward to that.
Oh, that's so
Looking
good.
forward to that. He didn't like doctors. Didn't like doctors.
That's why he died.
He said, can you tell them that I'm keeping an eye on all of you from the other side,
That's what they would like to hear.
and tell them not to worry about me. I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm sorry it had to end like this, but I am okay. Oh yeah, God bless you.
God bless you.
Everything about the reading was just spot on, down to the colour. She gave the colour blue, which was very prominent because we wore blue to the funeral and it was his favourite colour. So I've seen a lot of mediums before. I was very impressed with them.
The army pictures come into my head. Someone that went over, bang, like that in the army, I've got to say. And he was a real handsome man, wasn't he? Because he gives me a fellow that tremendous kindness with this gentleman. And so polite. His hair was, he shows me his hair because his hair was immaculate. And yet, at the end, the haunting thing that people have is that his face was hurt. Because I've gone so quick, so quick. It was quick. I thought I was in action because I've gone so quick. I'm all right, he says. He was one of these people full of the joy of life. People used to look to him and wish they could be as optimistic as him. He was always the ones that we would say, it's going to be all right, it's going to be all right, we'll get through it, you know. Very young, too, I've got to say. And even younger in spirit, in heart, you know, because he could giggle like a child sometimes. He had this giggly way. And something about birthday, too. Is it something, we're talking about the birthday celebration? Is it around now or something? Are we close to his birthday? Yeah.
Next one.
Yeah, I knew it's soon. And that for you is very hard because you're almost counting the days to it, thinking it's going to break you. He says, don't worry, I'll be there. I'm all right. He wants you to know that he's going to be close to you, particularly on his birthday. And make that a happy day for yourself. Treat yourself. Do something positive. Because that's what he would do, because he'd like to take you out on your birthday, sort of feel. Because he used to, didn't he? That was the one time he'd always make very special for you, was your birthday. Even if you had to travel a long distance, he'd always try to be there. He's going like that. He'd always salute you, wouldn't he? And I don't know if you've got a picture of him like going like that. He's talking about a picture of him. You haven't got a picture of him on you, have you? Because he's talking about the picture you've got here now. And you were looking at that picture before you came here and said, if only you could come through. You spoke to his picture and it came to me, he said. Well, he wants to let you know that love never dies. That there's a bond of love between you that is so strong between you and the spirit world that every thought that you might send him, even the ones that when you're really depressed get to him, but not to worry, he feels all the love from it. He feels the love behind it, and he sends it back to you as well. He wants you to pick the pieces up and start again, to start to live again, because he doesn't like to see you suffering so much, and he likes to think that he can be there, be close to you, and really lift your spirits. So do take his love and know that he is always there. There's nothing wrong with me, he says. I'm fine now. I'm perfectly all right. but take his love. Take his love.
Very, very good connection. I couldn't believe the connection I got tonight.
We're definitely talking to our loved ones.
Mm-hmm. He said about the photograph, well, I had all them, and he said to me, you've got that in your bag. And I did. I had everything in my bag, they said. But when I went outside for a break, and I said to Carol, they know things that nobody else knows.
Would you understand a man that had a job to talk round by the larynx here? So I'm getting a man who's got quite grey hair, and I felt he passed into spirit. I'm going back like 5 years.
Hello, I think that's me.
Did he, the gentleman had a slight curl when he was younger?
Very much so, yeah.
Yeah, because I got lovely waves in him. Quite a good-looking man. He's gone back younger. Does somebody take somebody's ashes and they were meant to come back to the family, but they never got them?
Yeah.
Or he's not happy with that? Right, let's see the ashes. Had there been family members that there was a little bit of a, I call it an upheaval?
Yeah, huge, yeah.
All right, and it shouldn't have never been like that, because I don't feel like this gentleman wanted that.
Okay.
I've got pictures here, and I feel as if the gentleman's trying to take pictures out and trying to go through a family
That means
album.
so much, yes.
And he's trying to say, there I am, there I am. Is there 2 boys associated with him living?
Yeah.
All right, because I'm getting as if he's getting rather frustrated. I feel as if he wanted to get through to them,
Yeah.
and it's a no-no. Would you understand that?
Yeah.
All right. But I feel the gentleman very much sends you lots of love, and he's with you more than you realise, all right? God bless you.
The stuff that you said, people wouldn't have known about the ashes, and they wouldn't have known about a few of the other bits and pieces that I said. You just wouldn't know. You know, they know it. It's unbelievable. Just have to go and find out more about it now.
As Joseph is building up here, he's coming with a lady. Now, they've both got a glass of wine in their hand. Would you understand that? Okay. I felt as these 2 were quite happy to meet again in the spirit world, and they've been saying that you've been a little bit tearful. They don't like the conflict that's been happening in the family. Would you understand that? Now, they're both crying here as they're coming, because you've cried many tears and you miss them. Now, these 2 are quite, because Mum was a very good cook, because she's bringing food in for you.
That's right.
You're talking about you've lost a lot of weight, darling, have you?
I have since they both passed.
All right, okay. You keep looking at letters and you keep looking at cards.
Yes.
And you need to touch them at times.
Yeah.
It's just that you miss them so much. It's like I feel as if you're heartbroken.
Yeah.
Okay. But they have done visitations to you from the spirit world in dreams and let you know. I don't know if you've had lights flickering on and off.
I have. Yeah.
I do get out of breath when this gentleman speaks to me, you know, because he's talking 20 to the dozen here, and it's as if he's putting the thumbs up and saying, this is great, this is. And he's going like, this is great, this is. All right.
Thank you.
Have you been sitting on a bed crying
Yes.
recently?
Yes.
Because it's as if I feel Mum's trying to put her arms around you, because it feels as if nothing's ever been the same again.
No.
All right. Now, why is Mum and Dad clipping, I wouldn't say he was young, I'd say he's middle-aged, somebody round the ear?
I know that is.
Is that a brother?
Yeah, my brother.
All right.
My brother.
Not happy with him, I'm afraid.
No.
All right, but rise above that. Rise above that. Well, God bless you, my dears, because I feel as if they're leaving you, and they love you very much, and don't cry.
Okay.
And the eagle has landed.
Yeah. Okay.
You understand that?
I do understand that.
Okay.
Thank you.
Now, where was I at the back there?
She was spot on. Everything was right. It all meant a lot to me. She had my father's name, everything, things about my brother. There's been problems with my brother. And I'm so glad to hear them both. My father, he was doing this. I'm just glad he's friends with me, because things happened. Now it's all just a bit emotional.
So thank you very much indeed. Hope you had a lovely time and have a very safe journey home. Bye-bye.
In part 2, Craig faces his greatest challenge when he gives a psychic reading to Peter Tatchell. We rejoin Craig and Jane at home in Hampshire as Craig prepares for a very difficult reading.
Who are you seeing today then, Craig?
Peter Tatchell?
Tatchell?
You know of him?
Is that guy that challenges people?
Well, I suppose he's a human rights sort of enthusiast.
I like him already.
He leaps in. He leaps in on people, and what was it? Mugabe. Do you remember?
I thought it was Nick Griffin.
Yeah, and Nick Griffin recently.
Yeah.
He sort of interjected and sort of calls them all sorts of things, and,
yeah, but
and
then,
fights for human rights, basically.
Yeah, but that's good, isn't it? That's a good thing.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
It's
I
good
think that somebody stands up, isn't it?
He's a real atheist, I believe. So how you ever prove to an atheist that there's life after death, I have absolutely no idea. Well, I think it'll be quite an interesting reading. I think it'll be a very difficult one, though.
You're not worried about it, are you?
No. You've got to tackle the skeptics.
Do you tell me what he's got in his flat when you come back? Because I'm the one that likes to know. I'm so nosy.
I'm going to take Steiner with me.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, well, the sat-nav's playing up, so I'll get him to take me up there by now.
So he's been your driving, guardian angel, is he?
Yeah, my human sat-nav. See you later.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks for doing this, Steiner. That's really great. Takes the pressure off. You okay with the directions?
Yeah, got the map, I got the directions, we're ready to go.
All right, let's go. Yep.
I've got to confess that I am very, very skeptical. I'm a rationalist at heart. I believe that in order to believe something and to know something, you need evidence, you need experimentation, you need to be able to demonstrate that something is true. You need to be able to explain why it happened. So when it comes to this experience, I'm not going to close my mind, but I'm approaching it with a high degree of doubt.
Well, I'm going to get on and meditate a bit more now, then, and tune in a bit, and I'll see you in there. All right?
Okay, see you in a minute.
I think this is going to be quite a difficult one, actually. My feeling is that Peter Tatchell is a rationalist and therefore a skeptic. I know he doesn't believe in God or the afterlife, so I don't know how I'm going to communicate somebody from the afterlife for him if he doesn't believe in it. So hopefully his belief system may not stand in the way. If it does, I'll just have to work for it.
Oh, hi Craig. Welcome. Come in. Thank you.
One of the things that I like to do as a medium is to try to prove there's life after death, but I don't think I can ever prove that there's a God. I believe what I do is prove there's continuation of the soul after death, or the human personality after death. So I hope later on in the reading that I might be able to sort of give you some proofs of that, if you're open to that idea. You're obviously, going to be one of the hardest type of person to read, so I find that quite an interesting challenge. I think what we'll do is we'll do a little bit of psychometry, which is you've brought me some objects, so I'll do a little bit of a reading on those. That will be like a psychic type reading.
Okay.
Let's try one.
The first one is a gold fob watch.
Okay, and this would be somebody you would know enough information about to be able me to be concerned what it is. Okay, that's okay. I sense it could have been someone you knew, and I felt a kind of fatherly vibration. So I don't know if that's been owned by your father. Mm-hmm. Would that be correct?
Yeah, it's my grandfather.
Did he suffer with chest conditions at the end, your grandfather?
Yes.
And I feel with yourself, the connection between you and him is, he would have been kind of, I feel like a beacon for you, a beacon of light, somebody that would have been, I get a sense with your childhood that he would have been a sort of a mentor of some sort for you, more so than perhaps your father was. I feel I get the sense with him he would be more of a father than your own father.
But he was a big influence on me. I mean, I did live with him for a number of years after my parents divorced. But I wouldn't say he inspired me. He was a very gentle, kind, important figure in my life and gave me sort of a lot of stability.
Okay. But I sense this as if the kindness comes from him to you in such a way that you would have felt this is the man you could have trusted more than anybody else in your world, I feel.
Probably that's true, yeah.
Let's try the picture, what I picked with the picture. I'll tell you what I picked up straight away from that, because the first thought I had with it was, I sensed, had a good sense of humour, could be a bit of a comedian with things.
A little.
But dry humour, that's what I sensed with him. And someone that...
You're saying him?
Him, I'm saying, yeah. So it's a woman, obviously. She's picking me up on that.
I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying anything.
I felt male. I thought it was a male vibration. Is that incorrect?
No, that's correct.
It is correct, yeah. You're tricking me. They're in the spirit side, can I ask? I'm going to ask you that.
No, you're going to tell me.
Okay. Well, I would sense that they're dead, actually. Initially, a sense of quite a lot of sadness with this person, that they would have died younger. And this is why I got the sense of vanity in some respects, as if they've lost their life too soon. I feel it's been a difficult passing with them.
Well, they did die relatively young.
Yeah.
But it wasn't through illness, it was through an accident.
Okay, a very emotional person, I want to say, because I feel very emotional when I connect to the idea of this person. Were they gay as well, can I say? Because I feel that I can sense the feeling that the person would have been on a relationship level with you as well.
That's true. Yeah.
And I feel that they, early in their life, would have been quite open about the fact that they were gay, because I feel that they've had to stand up early on their own. And I feel they went through a lot of type of emotional bullying with them as well. That I feel this man has such an intensity of passion. He'll fall in love at the drop of a hat, as it were, but he means it too, because he does have, he's been searching for love in his life. Love for him has been really, really important in his life. It is in everybody's, I guess, but the passionate love that comes with him.
Why in his life?
Well, I feel there's something where he's been abandoned. There's this sense of abandonment with him. Why do I get this feeling of abandonment with him?
There was abandonment by his mother and father.
Yeah, because I feel like I've abandoned. So he's lost his mother, although not physically lost his mother, because I get this sense of abandoned, and I'm searching all the time to try to find security in what I'd missed so much as a child. I'm getting London at night for some reason. Did he pass in London at night? And there's something very dark, and I can see police around me. So has something criminal happened? Because has he interrupted something or something? Because I've got something where I've got sirens going, and I'm in a dark street, and have I got hit, beaten? I feel like I've been hit by somebody. Because the back of my head feels like it's been hurt. Does that make sense?
Well, he died. He went up on the roof of his block of flats to investigate what had been a suspected break-in from the roof.
So there is crime involved, right?
And how he fell off the roof, we don't know. But he fell off the roof.
The back of my head has been badly hurt. I've been hit from behind on the back of my head. I suppose if he's fallen from great height, you can't tell what the cause of death would have been, because that could have been part of the fall. But I feel I've been hit from behind with him. The search for love, I feel now for him, continues, but in the next world, and that he's perhaps finding the love that he needed there, as it were. And who was Peter? Is he also a Peter? Is there a Peter?
Yeah.
Right. But let me just sort of say that I feel that Peter would want to connect with you to let you know that love goes on. That's what I feel is what he feels is important to know. I think that went as much as I could expect it to go. I felt it was bit of a struggle, as it would be. I knew he was going to be sceptical. I mean, I like Peter, a nice fella. Obviously, he has to have a lot more to convince him that there's life after death.
During the last reading, I did sort of feel some kind of connection with Craig, and it sort of brought back memories, and quite strong emotional memories about Peter and the time we were together. But I don't really think that can be explained by as paranormal or as other than a rational explanation, that I'm just reliving those, you know, fond moments we shared together.
He's obviously going to need empirical proof as opposed to the sort of subjective proof that I'm likely to give him. I think it was a pretty good try though, and I believe he felt quite open to it towards the end.
Craig and Jane's daughter Danielle gets a fright ghost hunting in Reading's town hall.
Oh my God, felt like someone was there then.
That's all on this week's Craig and Jane's Psychic Britain. Reading is set in the heart of Royal Berkshire. Its town hall was built in 1882 and has survived the Blitz, riots and even rock concerts. Ideal for a ghost hunt. Danielle, Craig and Jane's daughter, heads up a team including their producer, Damien, close friend, Steiner, paranormal expert, Carrie, and psychic apprentice, Nicholas.
Craig, do you get any feeling towards the kind of attitude of the place? Is it positive or is it negative?
I feel there's generally quite good energy here, particularly when we look at the Victorian times. I feel that the more recent history of this place is one of commerce, of making money and actual guilds and friendship and things. But if I look back a bit, I saw that with the war, there's bombs going off, and if I look further back, I think there's been more destruction. I get the feeling of this place has been raided, but I want to look at possibly the dissolution of the monasteries, possibly things being ransacked. There's a sense of the wealth of this place having been stripped. This is not the first building. I feel this is although an old building, has been rebuilt on the site of a much older place. I feel that it was used as a place where there was, I just felt a real cold chill come down me there, right down here. You know, capture it on the camera. There was just felt it all just across my hand there. So there is definitely an energy here, which I would like us to have a look to see if we can feel it. There's a sense of slight, as we walk around this building, I keep feeling hot and cold with the place, and we're quite a hot day today generally, but there's very cold drafts every now and again. And I sense here on this stairway, we seem to have an energy at this part.
It is very hot up here though, isn't it?
It is hot.
It is hot.
Can you not see him there? Does that look like a man to you that's peering with his eyes?
Yeah, I can see a half face,
Yeah.
and I kind of feel it's a monk.
I felt a monk as well, but I don't know if you can
religious-
see what I can see. He's like got his mouth open wide. It's horrible.
I kind of feel sick.
I feel sick. It's a man.
Yeah.
Definitely. If you stand here, there's a man, and I don't get a nice feel with that. I don't. It's not
It's
saying
quite-
who he is.
I
It's
reckon you can see half his face.
yeah.
Oh my God, did someone just shut that or did that do it automatically?
I don't know.
Oh my God, the door just closed. Oh my God, that's very scary.
It's the least architecturally interesting part of the building, and yet this is where I can feel the energy. There's something there. Can we get the meters down here? Around this part, something happening with them now?
Yeah, it's good. Yeah,
Did it
definitely.
just change? You see what I mean?
All the hairs on my arms just went up.
Yeah, and look, and it's changed. It's changed.
It went up.
Just boom! I just saw it here. It was like somebody was stood here, as if, you know.
It's gone. It's back. It's back. It's coming.
It's
back
like they
back.
came around here. They were just stood here, walking around
it's
there.
just here
I couldn't
now.
see the person. I just felt like a pillar of energy of almost.
Okay, it's
You got it. You got it.
Yeah, it's there, look.
Exactly where we said.
And it's going.
And it wants. Try higher up too.
I mean, it could be. I don't know what we've got. Maybe we have. I mean, there are. Sometimes you get readings of power points, but there's nothing. There's no power points around here.
This is a benign area.
And I can feel the hairs.
Me too. Look, all my hairs are up.
That's yeah.
Yeah. That's a. We must find out the history of this part. I mean, this is looks like this has been rebuilt.
It's gone
just
now.
Ordinary,
It's going and it's
ordinary
coming back.
building, but there's something's here.
Now, I don't know how you feel, Nicholas, but I'm drawn to the spot over here.
Okay.
And I'm getting two names, Thomas and Charles.
On the stage.
Yeah, I can feel them.
Definitely feel the energy.
I can feel the energy. There is actually a man, I feel, looking at us. And I can see his face. Because I'm getting out of breath here.
Okay.
I don't know if you're feeling that. And around the solar plexus.
Feel my stomach.
Yeah, I can feel it tightening up. I think we're going to have some. And there's, I don't know if you feel that, but going up on that left side of that balcony as well.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I can sense a woman.
Yes.
It's in the far corner. And the name that came was Mary Higgins.
Mary Higgins.
And I could see her just walking along. She refuses to come down. It's literally just along there, by that door on the balcony.
The Mary that you were picking up earlier, I'm wondering if it was somebody that didn't come here, that's passed on to Spirit and would actually come to this concert hall and listen to something that she'd associate music with her husband that's passed. So were you getting it here?
Yeah, it's by that door over there, where on the balcony.
Yeah.
And I feel that that's where she is, and she would go up and down. That's where her presence lingers.
I don't feel there's anything frightening in here or anything at all.
There. That's really strong.
Exactly where I told you. And I felt that when we first came here, there was chairs here when we first came in. This isn't in an aisle, as far as I'm aware. But when we came in, when we were first looking at this building, I felt that somebody used to sit here at the back, right on almost the back row. There's a few more seats would go behind it, I think. But right here, there would be somebody who would sit daily and watch the stage.
All the hairs on my back are going up again.
And I feel his presence is still here. There was a man that used to always visit this theatre regular. Now, maybe somebody in the crew of the theatre might know if somebody would sit regularly at this spot. He would come for nearly every performance.
Do you think it was the guy you were talking about earlier on?
No, this is something different. This is something different. I just sensed it. I sensed it when I came in, as if he would say, as if people would come in here, coming into the hall, and he'd be sat there, and he'd be saying, "Hello, Fred," or whatever his name is. I can't get his name, but I just know that there was somebody sat there, and he would be a regular all the time. And I still feel he comes here.
Do you want to ask it some questions, see if it a knock or something?
Are you that figure up there that Nicholas and I saw?
See, look, that's just going absolutely all over the place.
Can you do something or make something happen?
Fucking hell, we
It's
was
alright,
there.
you're alright, it's okay.
We saw a shadow, a big dark shadow, like run across the room and the door slammed behind us. And that was just, can't explain it. The experience was amazing.
Me and Jane saw a face, which we felt was a monk's face, and it was interesting because it was quite a sinister face. And even later on, we took him the actual equipment, and the reading was actually going berserk. There's definitely presence.
And it was really interesting to see that the lights on the meter were moving, and the object seemed to be moving around the room, whatever it was. You know, saying it was a ghost, but it also, one of them was a strange height. It was almost childlike.
You definitely have a feeling that you don't want to be in there very long, because when the team went in there, the ghost team, they felt immediately feelings of sickness, headaches and that, so yeah, we're pleased how it went.
Yeah, these old buildings are a bit like a sponge, really. I mean, any old place, you'll be able to sense the history of the place. Well, we, I think, tonight have felt the vibrations of many of the people that pass through this place. Anything spooky, I think, lays in the foundations. We have to go a lot deeper.